Michael here from the Roof Guys, and this is your roof. You can see a heavy amount of granule loss. The shingles are very dried out just from sitting in the sun. You can see all the granule loss off of there. Just makes them more brittle. They split eventually and then they fly off. 135 mushroom vents, hottest of the air, just naturally rises out of those. See, you have 5 of them on the house there. These tubes here, these are made by a company called Natural Light, and they're sold by Solar Lights and More. You can see because they yellow over prematurely inside the tube linings. So happy to reuse those, won't be a problem at all. Most people don't notice the color difference. Plumbing boots, this is where your sink, your tub, and your toilet all breathes from. A lot of times I'll find frogs living in there just eating all the bugs. Your gooseneck, that's where your vent dries, blows out of, like your bath fan, and also the dryer vent comes out of that too. With the plumbing boots, they're open on the top. The new ones that we replace them with is called a bullet boot, and that'll have a guard on top of it. Your gas stacks, we leave those in place, but we reseal the bottom of those, and then we could paint them brown, black, or leave them gray. Another larger Solar Lights and More tube. These goop here, when you see those blobs, that means there's more than likely a nail pop there, and they've been repaired. You can see where this shingle has came up a bit right there, and that's a nail pop. So throughout your roof here, you more than likely have nails that are starting to back their way out. They used to use shorter nails because that's all they had to do per code back then, and they have an easier time working themselves out. This black streaking you see here, that's the blue-green algae we told you about. You can see some wind lift on this shingle too, so that's more than likely where a nail is coming up. The valleys, those are all going to get 36 inches of ice and water barrier. Your ridge venting, hottest of the air, just like the mushroom vents, should naturally come out there. We're going to replace them all for you. And on the end here, you can see where the shingles have dried out and lost all their granules there. So down here is called the cricket. This is each side of your gable. When you get leaks, they're usually from here on these gable style homes. So you can see they repaired both sides. This right here we would build up. It's called a kick out. It kicks the water away so it doesn't continue to go down there. You can see how long it must take for this water to dry under there. So we put extra ice and water barrier under there too, even though it isn't code. This right here is your drip edge. Sometimes it's just on its own and the eaves, but then at the rakes it's behind the gutters. Some roofers, because it's not code, say we'll replace the drip edge there, but we won't replace it here. Problem is, comes up on your roof about 2 inches. They peel that back, they try to pull the old felt from underneath it, then try to push in the synthetic underlayment. A lot of times you'll run into rotted wood. Within the first 10 years, then that would be another leak for you. You can see where this nails came up, that nails came up, this nail is exposed. So all of those are potential leaks. A lot of times they drop into the attic. It's so hot you don't even see it. Now down here where your other repair is, they did a much better job with the flashing there, but they didn't move the kick out enough. So that water still continues to run alongside of the stucco there. The branches, when they rub on the roof, they take off a lot of granules also, so it's important to keep those trimmed back. Plumbing boot here, you can see where a squirrel got up here. They use that for a highway, and they sharpen their teeth and nails on it. That's why we really like the bullet boot, because they don't chew on that. Another gooseneck there. One area I'm concerned about, I think you're gonna find some rotted wood, as I can see where some of your shingles are coming up a little bit. So a lot of times we'll find rotted out wood around these super gutters. We give you 2 4x8 sheets. If you need any more than that, it's just $90 per sheet. We're gonna do a good job making sure we don't puncture the screen, but just so you know, it looks like this piece right here has started to come out right there, maybe another little corner there. And you can see that where them shingles are kind of flared up there. It's usually a sign of rotted wood. All in all, that is your roof.